Skyblock is massive, like seriously massive, and no matter how long you've been playing, whether you're still farming wheat in the hub or grinding Master Mode 7, there are always some small tricks and commands that most players just completely miss. Some of these tips save you time, others save you coins, and a few of them are just helpful. And in this video I have put together 7 underrated tips that even a lot of late game players don't know, and trust me, at least one of them will make your Skyblock life way easier. The first trick I'm using a lot of the time to sell multiple items on the AH like runes or jerry candies, and to craft my Inferno Minion fuel, because I know exactly how much of the very crude gabagool I need and how much I need to buy. The Bazaar calculates for me. So basically, if you didn't know, when you're selling items on the AH or Bazaar, you can use this thing here to put in your price. You can put it either in like this here, for example 100,000 like this, or like this, or if you want to do it million, it's like this, or even billion, you can do it. And most of the people don't know that you can use math operations in here. This means if you know one item is worth 100,000, you can put in 100,000 and multiply it by 54. This will give you like the item's price times 54. But if you know, for example, this item won't sell for 5.4 million because there's 54 of them, you can put like, for example, multiply it by 0.7, so you have like a 30% off, and just use this as your price. If you press enter, it will like automatically calculate and put it in here, so you don't have like to get out the calculator and type in the number by yourself. For the Bazaar, it's pretty much the same thing, and I use it every day to fuel my Inferno Minions, because I know that I need 1116 of those crude gabagools, very crude gabagools, and I currently have only 809. So I can either calculate how much I need and insta-buy them, or I put in here the number that I need and the number that I have, and it calculates it for me. So pretty much the first tip is very useful if you craft a lot or sell like miscellaneous items like runes or jerry candies on the AH. For the second tip, we need to head into the Rift, and there's this NPC called Roger, and Roger is selling a trail scroll to the Rift. Basically, if you get this, there's only 5000 motes, you can instantly warp into the Rift without getting to the Wizard Tower. Most of the people, what they do, if they have MVP plus, they warp to the Wizard Tower and then just enter the Rift. But if you have the travel scroll, you can just do warp Rift, and it automatically uses your free charge or whatever, it's like uses your bits, whatever you have selected, and you get into the Rift instantly. So you can even warp into the Rift from your island, which saves a lot of time if you use it correctly. Another thing that saves a lot of time is if you know all the command aliases, or at least some of them, at least like some of the useful ones. I can put up some on the screen, but there's some easy ones. For example, instead of wardrobe, you type in /WD, this opens your wardrobe, or instead of quiver, you type in /quiv, or just to open this level menu, you can type in /level, or to open the pets menu, you can type in /pet, or if you want to open your sex, you can type in not sex, but sex like this. Stuff like this, or accessory bag is opened like this as well. So pause the screen for a second and learn some cool command aliases. The next tip is for people without mods or with mods that work poorly, and if you're particularly grinding for ensign protectors or brood mothers. Most mods have like this thing here showcasing the stage of the golem, for example, if you warp into the end. Mine is only working when I go into the Dragon's Nest, but sometimes it also is wrong. Hypixel has added like an indicator in the tab, which you can see in the third row. It says Protector Disturbed. This means that's stage 3. If it says Protector Awakening, then this means it's stage 4. And if it says it's awakened, it's stage 5, so it's about to spawn. I can put up a graphic and you can like screenshot it maybe, and yeah, just use the tab thing if you don't want to rely on the mods and them saying you what stage they are. For brood mothers, it's pretty much the same thing. If you go in here, they spawn a lot quicker. You see it's alive, it says brood mother alive in the tab, it's also right here, and it also has some indicators. I can also put them up on screen. The fifth tip is pretty quick and most people know about it, but a lot of people don't use it or maybe just forget about it. And this is a private vault that we have. If you go to the banker, it's right next to the banker, it's right here. You can also exit via the personal bank. If you go in here, it's this door down here. If you click on it, it will open. I store my fish in here, you can store whatever you want in here. But yeah, you either go in here, open it, or you can access to the private bank. Basically this half of an ender chest page. So yeah, feel free to use it. So the next thing is like 2-in-1. If you want to buy more than your whole inventory with Instabuy, you can't do that because you can't put in here 5000 Instabuy it. It will say you don't have enough inventory space. But what you can do is you can go to the same thing here and look at the sell offer prices, which are at around 1.45. And what we can do is we can create a buy order for, let's say we want 30,000 coal. We put it in here, we put a custom price in here, we put it a bit above the price, we'll pay a bit more than if we insta-buy it and just claim it from our inventory. But you'll see, we'll get it into this thing all at once. Now you might say we have to claim it like this now and then just put it in our sacks and claim it again. So it didn't really make a difference, we just paid more. But what we can do now is we can right click it and flip it, and let's say we sell it for this, it won't sell, but it will be up here. And what we can do now is we can cancel this order and we have it in our stash. Now what we do is we type in view stash material and we insert into our sacks, and this thing we can put in our sacks as well. And like this we have claimed 30,000 coal in a matter of seconds, and we insta-bought it as well. I use this tip all the time because I have to fuel my minions and they take around 40,000 coal every day. So if I wouldn't know this trick, I would be sitting here for a long time, and I hope this trick helps you as well. For the last one, we'll have to head into the garden, and there's one NPC that people always send away, and that's the Gold Forger, even though he's pretty easy if you know how to do it. Basically, you go into the hub, then you head to the Alchemist, you put away all your stuff into your backpacks, so you have a clean inventory. What you do now is, you click this carrot, you buy a whole inventory of them, and you just put it into your sacks. If you have an agronomy sack, you have 20,000 storage for them, and if you fill this up, you'll be able to claim around 18 visitors, I think, so you won't have to do it for 18 times. And basically this is, if you fill your sacks up, it's basically like 5 minutes of work, and you can do 18 Gold Forgers with that. Those were the 7 things that you probably didn't know or just didn't use in Skyblock, and if you did, let me know. If you know some more of these small tips and tricks, let the others know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.